Yo, Cup of Joe, coming at you with another Splatoon 2 video. Today I'd like to share with you all this Neo Sploosh-o-matic build that I have been having a ton of fun with. Before I show you all the gear abilities I used, I just want to quickly explain the playstyle that goes with the build. Step number 1, place beacons. Step number 2, just go for it. Yeah, and that's it. This is a very aggressive build that just wants to continuously bombard the enemy team with pressure. You want to make sure to have beacons all over the map so that you can keep your team in the battle, and once you've got that covered, all you gotta do is get in the enemy's face. This weapon charges up its special pretty quickly, and the special, Tentamissiles, is very good for applying even more of that pressure, which is what this build is all about. For the first main gear slot, we are going to be going with Sub Power-Up. What this ability does is shorten the amount of time it takes to super jump to one of your beacons, and this effect applies to anyone on your team jumping to any one of your beacons. The Squid beacons are already good for keeping up the pressure, and having Sub Power-Up just makes them even stronger. Next up, we got Quick Respawn. If no one has explained it to you by now, then I'm going to tell you why Quick Respawn is good, even though it requires you to die twice without getting any splats before it actually does anything. Quick Respawn makes you respawn sooner after, like I said, you die twice without getting any splats. And you might be thinking, well, why would you ever want to let dying twice without getting any splats be part of your plan or part of your build? Well, when things are going according to plan and you're getting splats, then Quick Respawn won't do anything for you, it's true. But Quick Respawn will do something for you when things are not going according to plan and you are not getting splats, so it helps you out when you really need it the most. Another thing that makes Quick Respawn very strong is the fact that most gear abilities in this game start to have very diminished returns after you have 1 or 2 main gear slots in your build. But the cool thing about Quick Respawn is that the diminishing returns are not nearly as bad for this ability, so it's actually very effective to stack up a whole bunch of Quick Respawn. Moving on, the last main gear slot is going to be going to Comeback. This ability gives you a very strong boost for the first 20 seconds after respawning from somebody splatting you. The boost is equivalent to 1 main of Ink Saver main, Ink Saver sub, Ink Resistance, Run Speed, and Swim Speed. The extra swim and run speed is very nice because once you get back in, you're going to be very fast and you can play very aggressively. And what really makes this ability a must-have for this build is that ink efficiency, because when you jump back in, you should be jumping to one of your beacons, and you're going to want to replace that beacon. So the extra sub saver and ink recovery are going to help you out, because once you smack that beacon down, you're already going to have enough ink to get into a fight. These 3 main gear abilities here should be a pretty good start for anybody who just wants to start building up some gear to use with this weapon. I will now show you the sub abilities that I recommend trying to work towards for this build, starting with 3 subs of more Quick Respawn. As I stated before, Quick Respawn is a gear ability that's quite effective when you stack up a whole lot. To finish things off, I decided to go with 3 subs of Swim Speed and 3 subs of Run Speed up. And what these are going to do for you is just make you an overall more slippery Squid or Octoling. You'll be harder to kill in battle while you're being so aggressive. The main weapon actually has very good mobility on its own, so I don't think the Swim and Run Speed is even that necessary. As you'll see in a second when it shows the gear that I was using in this game, I didn't even have that much swim or run speed, and I still felt just fine in the battles. So you might want to swap out those sub-abilities for something else, probably just more Quick Respawn, or the other thing that I think is worth considering for this build is Ninja Squid. If you're finding it too difficult to get through the enemy frontline or midline, then Ninja Squid is going to be a good pick because you'll be able to sneak up on those people and get really close to kill them. The really awesome thing about the Neo Sploosh-o-matic is that it's a 3-shot kill, just like the splatter shot. It's just got a little bit less range and a lot worse accuracy. But if you can get yourself in close, then it's a very, very strong weapon, and I think it works well when you play aggressively with this Neo Sploosh, especially with those those beacons, it's very self-sustaining. You can just keep on setting up beacons and throwing yourself into battle, and it doesn't really matter if your team is out there in the front line for you to jump to them. Something else you may be tempted to include into this build is Special Charge Up. That ability is pretty strong on this weapon because the special tent missiles is very good to spam, but that's not really what this build is about. This weapon actually builds up specials pretty quickly anyway, so you'll still be able to use a lot of them per match even without going out of your way to spam them. I do have another build for the Neo Sploosh-o-matic that's a lot more passive and a lot more missile spammy. If you're interested in seeing what gear abilities I used for that build, then make sure you're subscribed because I'm going to be uploading a separate video about it. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to give it a like if you learned something and leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!